Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz, TGIF, and happy Friday. Hope you're having a phenomenal one so far. We are discussing Bitcoin's mining difficulty today, which is repeating a pattern we really haven't seen in a couple of years since the lows of $3,000 per Bitcoin in 2018. However, spoiler alert, that led to something very fortuitous in the form of price performance that went all the way to 14K. We're seeing similar patterns, which we'll break down in just a second. And then here on CryptoPotato.com, Satoshi Nakamoto won't use his Bitcoin ever, at least purportedly. That's according to Satoshi researchers. And then we're going to take a look at an eToro analysis of the market on altcoinbuzz.io. We ask, will things pick back up again? Also on the website, Paxful dominates India's crypto space. And then we have this IOST event, IOST 2020 year-long event to collect all 9 NFT tokens and redeem a mystery box. Finally, guys, we'd like to give a shout out to our hardware wallet partner, Engrave. They have launched an Indiegogo campaign, as I've been telling you, for their new wallet, the Engrave Zero. So you may want to check this out if you're in the market to support these kinds of initiatives and these kinds of projects. They do very, very good work. Check out the link in the description below. All right, guys, let's first take a look at the market, however, on CoinGecko.com. As you can see, overall, we're up 1.3% in the last 24 hours, $275.9 billion total market cap. However, different projects are reflecting different numbers at the time of this recording. Bitcoin is more or less flat since yesterday, $9,675. And for the most part, other projects are similarly either marginally up or marginally down. Not really too much to report here. I do want to, however, point out some of the big gainers on the week. Ethereum up 10% in these last 7 days. Bitcoin Cash up 7.9. You have other projects such as Chainlink up 10.7. Crypto.com up 24% in the last 7 days. And Cardano ADA 34.3% rise in the last 7 days. Nicely done. So overall, the market is flat on the day, but as I mentioned, there are some standout projects to keep an eye on. Bitcoin dominance right now at the time of this recording, 64.6%. Here on Cointelegraph.com, we are discussing Bitcoin's so-called difficulty, and the mining difficulty hasn't done this since 2018's $3,000 Bitcoin bottom. So if you're not familiar with difficulty, it's designed to adjust every 2016 blocks or about every 2 weeks, and it's an adjustment based on changes in the network's hash rate and occurs regularly in an attempt to ensure that the network continues to solve new blocks at a rate of 1 every 10 minutes or so. So it's kind of like an equilibrium or a calibration that takes place every 2 weeks. So if the hash rate during the past 2 weeks has gone up, the difficulty will go up as well, making mining more challenging. If the hash rate has dropped, the difficulty level will decrease, making the blocks easier to solve. And the latter event is somewhat uncommon and is considered by some to be a historically ominous indicator for Bitcoin's price. Well, the Bitcoin difficulty was just adjusted on the 4th of June, and an analysis of that adjustment reveals a key similarity to when Bitcoin traded as low as $3,100. And that's because the adjustment that occurred this week saw the difficulty go down by 9.3%. Yes, again, difficulty decreased by 9.3%, and that followed a downward shift 2 weeks previously of 6%, negative 6%, I guess I should say. If the next adjustment is also negative, and it's currently forecasted to be minus 7%, it will only be the third time ever that 3 back-to-back negative adjustments have occurred. With the exception of December 2018, the only other occasion was the record 8 consecutive downward adjustments from 2011. So some people are arguing that this is just the system rebalancing itself. Of course, a lower difficulty will eventually translate into a boosted hash rate as more miners increase their participation in the ecosystem. Hash rate has already been climbing after the halving drop of Bitcoin, and a common theory suggests that the price action follows hash rate pickups. So to go back to these lows of 2018 that we're describing 3 months after those December 2018 lows that were associated with a decreased difficulty, well, 3 months later, Bitcoin began a bull run that, as you may remember, topped out at about $14,000. So again, this doesn't guarantee us of anything. However, it's interesting to note some of these patterns patterns and then extrapolate down the line to think about what may occur in 3 months, in 6 months, or further down the line. Here on ambcrypto.com, Bitcoin difficulty falls. Will the coin fall too? This is a bit more of a price analysis. We kind of have covered really the meat and potatoes of the topic, but if you're so inclined, this is also something that explores the issue. You can check it out. We'll link to it in the description below. And in a bit of a different story here on CryptoPotato.com, Satoshi Nakamoto won't use his Bitcoin ever. At least that's what they're saying, and according to Satoshi researcher, so legendary researcher and prominent figure in the Bitcoin community, Sergio Damian Lerner, believes that Satoshi Nakamoto won't ever use his Bitcoins because of his altruistic intentions. And Mr. or Mrs. Nakamoto have a lot of Bitcoin, as much as 1.1 million BTC according to some estimates. However, this well-known researcher, Sergio Damian Lerner, who's also the designer of the second layer Bitcoin protocol RSK, discovered privacy flaws in Bitcoin's code and came up with the so-called Satoshi pattern. And according to that, back in the very early days of Bitcoin, a miner used a slightly different algorithm to mine 1.1 million Bitcoins. And a lot of people believe that this is Satoshi Nakamoto. And you can't really prove or disprove that stance. It's more of an opinion than anything that the altruism is going to prevent Satoshi from selling. But here's what's interesting. As Crypto Potato recently reported, an interesting BTC transaction happened in May of this year. As you may recall, we talked about this, where 50 Bitcoin mined in the first months of the network's existence were transferred for the first time, for the very first time ever. And this amount has been dormant for more than 10 years, and it caused many to wonder if maybe that wasn't Satoshi. However, further forensics revealed that the block rewarded to those 50 Bitcoin didn't fall within the Satoshi pattern, thus making it highly unlikely that it was in fact Mr. Satoshi. So very, very speculative here. There's not really a whole lot to go on other than the individual's opinion here, the researchers, that is, Mr. Lerner. It's interesting to think about this kind of stuff, though. Can you imagine if 1.1 million Bitcoin were suddenly sold, the impact and just the catastrophe that that would unleash on the market? So whether or not it's for altruistic reasons, I hope Satoshi does not sell, because that would be pretty tough on the price for everybody else that is in this space. Very briefly, guys, we want to remind you of an opportunity. You can sign up for an MCO Visa card and get $50 free using the Altcoin Buzz code. The link is in the description below. Check it out. If you're already involved in cryptocurrency, you already use credit cards, maybe you have a Visa card already, may as well sign up for this one. Again, $50 free is going to be loaded onto your card when you use the Altcoin Buzz code. Check it out. It's in the description below. In other news here, guys, on altcoinbuzz.io, according to an eToro analysis, we ask whether the crypto market will pick up. And I guess obviously eventually it will. It's a bit of a rhetorical question there, but the question, of course, is when. This article is by Ezekiel. eToro market analyst Simon Peters shares his view on the crypto market post having hash rate Ethereum 2.0 and more. A fairly important development in the last several months has been a change in terms of the investors entering this space. Increasingly, they have become institutional as opposed to private individuals. And some of these have been pretty major players, including Grayscale Trust, for example, an investment company focused on digital assets. Whilst many investors have shied away from Bitcoin, Grayscale has been hoovering up all the crypto it can get its hands on. And according to researchers, we talked about this before, it has supposedly bought 33%, or a full third of all the Bitcoin mined in the last 3 months. That's not an insignificant sum. On the one hand, it's good for the popularization of Bitcoin as a technology, as an asset, to have some of these big players, these big institutions come in, thus supporting us and really legitimizing the movement in a lot of ways. In a lot of other ways, however, it's kind of something that flies in the face to this idea of, this libertarian internet asset, this decentralization that we're all gunning for. This would certainly decrease volatility, at least in theory, but it increases the centralization and the control over the asset by some larger institutions and organizations, let's call them. But as with anything, guys, there are pros and cons. There are trade-offs in this world for any example that you can muster. Another very significant development by Peters here is Ethereum 2.0, which is driving interest in the community and some of those large investors I just referenced. If Ethereum is to be the biggest decentralized finance platform, then it absolutely needs to nail the transition from proof of work to proof of stake. And the Topaz testnet is already running smoothly, having just hit the 1 million ETH milestone. I think we need to see the phase 0 launch within the next quarter if Buterin and his team are serious about staying at the top of the crypto game. Grayscale hasn't only been buying Bitcoin. Ethereum is another focus for the trust, which has bought about 50% of all newly minted Ethereum. It thus clearly recognizes the massive potential there should Ethereum 2.0 be a success. And of course, it's always fun to look back. It's now been over 10 years since the infamous Bitcoin Pizza Day. If you're not familiar with that, I'm pretty sure you are, at least most of you are. But if you're not, it was the first recorded transaction in which Bitcoins were exchanged for a real world good, i.e. 2 pizzas. Somebody purchased 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, or approximately 90 million US dollars in today's value. You guys can read more about that, but it's always nice as a reminder just to go back and kind of keep that in perspective to see just how far we've come. A quick word about eToro. It's one of the top trading platforms that offers innovative features such as its popular investor program and copy trader function. The social trading platform is suitable for experienced and beginning traders with a demo option for anyone to try their hand at trading. eToro has also designed its own app for mobile trading, and it's very safe and secure. You guys can check it out using our link in this article. Our thanks to Simon Peters for his views on the market. Generally optimistic, and I can't say I would disagree with anything in particular. Another piece here on altcoinbuzz.io. Paxful dominates India's crypto space. This article by Rachel. More than 75% of Indians depend on cryptocurrencies to easily transfer funds. A few months ago, seemingly we were speaking every day about India's Supreme Court, and it was earlier in this year that they officially lifted India's crypto ban. So within that short period, Paxful has emerged as the nation's largest P2P Bitcoin platform. According to a recent press release, Paxful sees India as the seat of innovation and crypto adoption. The peer-to-peer platform also looks forward to the immense growth that the country's crypto market will bring to the entire cryptocurrency industry. With this in mind, Paxful is on a mission to harness the power embedded in cryptocurrencies, and at the same time, they also intend to ensure financial inclusion among Indians. A recent survey about the P2P marketplace revealed that 75.8% of respondents currently depend on cryptocurrencies to transfer funds. Moreover, 65% roughly of respondents see the crypto industry as the road to financial freedom. And that really is a big number, considering especially that India has not always been receptive to the crypto space. However, a few months after trading digital currencies became legal in the country, Paxful has recorded exponential growth, expanding from a single-digit market share to the leader of the industry. Speaking to this massive achievement, Ray Youssef, the Paxful co-founder and CEO, pointed out that the Indian crypto space has a lot of potential. According to him, this was also crucial to the future of the global crypto economy. And besides, more people were beginning to understand the importance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. In the words of Youssef, Paxful is, quote, actively focusing our efforts on bringing crypto to the masses. And he added that the platform was also looking to eliminate poverty and give economies much needed boosts, especially in the post-COVID-19 economy. If you're hearing about Paxful for the first time, it's a peer-to-peer marketplace, and the mission of Paxful is to reach out to the unbanked and underbanked populations of the world. It was founded back in 2015, and the platform currently boasts over 3 million customers worldwide. And to actualize its mission, it has also launched a social initiative dubbed #BuiltWithBitcoin. The initiative aims to build 100 schools solely funded by Bitcoin. Guys, I've kind of skimmed through this article, as you can tell. Check out the rest of it for full detail and information, but really good news and some very inspiring survey results out of India. So kudos to Paxful and their leadership team there on these initiatives. Moving right along, we're on medium.com. We're going to be discussing a 2020 year-long initiative here from IOST. The idea being that you can collect all 9 non-fungible tokens and redeem a mystery box. Okay, so in 2020, IOST will fully deploy the NFT ecosystem from the NFT standard protocol to the NFT asset trading platform and the NFT asset wallet support. We are getting all the infrastructure ready this year. And in a bid to promote the use of NFT assets and also to commemorate the IOST's highly decentralized and high-performance mainnet ecosystem launch, IOST is starting a year-long NFT collection event. Collect all IOST NFT tokens to win a mystery box. This box includes, but not limited to, IOST candy, merchandising, physical prizes, staking votes, offline event tickets, and more. And here you can see, I guess, the mystery box itself, again, with all of those prizes that I just read out loud. IOST candy, physical prizes, IOST merchandising, staking votes, offline event tickets, more staking votes, more IOST candy, and more physical prizes. You can see that the rows are kind of starting to repeat here, but this is a fun little initiative that highlights what it is they're trying to accomplish with their NFTs. So this is going to extend all the way to the 25th of February next year, 2021, which is the second anniversary of the IOST mainnet launch. So again, IOST will release 9 official NFT tokens. First to 8th official NFT token, limited issuance of 1,000 pieces each, and the 9th official NFT token limited to 200 pieces. Guys, if you are on the hunt for IOST collectibles, check out the rest of this article for how you can participate, how you can involve yourself with this special event. It's a nice initiative, I gotta say, and it highlights exactly what they're trying to accomplish with the tech and exactly the kind of community that they're looking to build. Let us know your thoughts about this in the comments below, and of course, good luck if you choose to enter. But that about wraps it up for today, everybody. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell, guys, to receive notifications if you've enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest on this Friday, but it is Friday. TGIF, everybody. Have a great tail end to your week, a great start to your weekend, and as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.